looking for a podcast about the coolest dinosaur since Littlefoot?
Then you must be thinking of another podcast.
Oh!
Good evening, Kelsey.
Good evening, Robert.
How are you?
I am feeling sprightly, ready to do backflips.
Really?
No, I've never done a backflip in my life.
Dude, I've never even tried, because I know I would fall right on the top of my head and smush it.
I know. I think even if I had a trampoline under my feet, I don't know if I could do a backflip. I don't know if I could do a front flip.
I've done front flips, but backwards, nah.
I think I've done, a half flip where I landed on my back, on a trampoline.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the video of the guy that's, learning to backflip in, one day, and he just, stands in one spot and continually keeps trying to do backflips until he can do one?
What?
It is so inspiring to watch.
Is he, a fit person?
Kind of.
Is he young?
Not real. He's, I'd say, 20-something.
Okay.
And he's never done one, and so he just keeps trying, and he's so bad at it when it first starts. And then he kind of gets close, and then gets bad again, right?
I feel like if you're going to be doing backflips, you should be supervised.
Well,
if you've never done one before?
Well, so he was doing it on a mat so that he wouldn't truly just die. but it was outside.
Okay.
And so he realizes 4 hours in, right?
4 hours?
He does it over the course of a full day.
That sounds
It's intense.
Yeah, punishment.
But what he finally realizes is when he would go to do it, his body wasn't committed to it. And that's when he would just kind of open up and flail out,
Starfish out.
So he was once I know that I am doing the right thing and my body's committed to it, I'm getting better. And he would kind of get there and finally he just barely does one. And then he becomes more confident, and next thing you know, he can just bust out a backflip.
All right.
But he hits so hard so many times. I don't have the constitution to do that.
Yeah, my stamina is not nearly enough.
No. Well, I am just so tired.
Why are you so tired?
I've been working like a dog.
Every day and every night?
Go to work in the dark. Come home in the dark.
You sound so sad.
It's did I even have a day? Do I have time to live life? I don't know.
You need to get one of those little boxes that people get when they're depressed in the wintertime. It makes the sunlight at you.
No.
It's like a vitamin D factory. It's a box and it mimics sunlight. And you just put it on and then stare it. I don't know if you stare into it. I don't know how it works.
Okay.
But people with wintertime sad, they just they get those boxes.
I've got my wintertime box, and it's called my TV filled with Disney Plus.
Oh.
Oh my god.
What have you been watching? More Simpsons?
So what have I been watching? Only Simpsons.
Of course. You haven't even watched The Mandalorian yet?
No.
Oh.
I am 3 seasons deep into The Simpsons.
Can I talk to you about Baby Yoda yet?
Yeah, because the world yells about it all the time.
The world is ablaze about him, and I wanted to talk about it last time, but I didn't want to spoil it for you, but fuck, he's cute. That's really all I have to say about him.
But, supposedly, I think you were even saying it, there's 5 other creatures in the world that look like that. So it's not even necessarily Yoda.
Right, so it's definitely not Yoda, because it takes place 5 years after movie 6.
Okay.
So Yoda's dead. Dead as a door.
Damn, man.
Nail.
Just Yoda's dead.
He kicked the bucket. Yoda's dead. But, so I think his species is called Lanik.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. But one of them, I think his name was Binch or something.
I think you said
the best name. Minch, that's it. It's my new favorite character. I've never seen him. Minch the Jedi.
When you Because what? I think we were playing Overwatch and you were looking at that stuff. When you were like, ew, that name. I thought you meant, like, the stuff that, like, he rides, that weird thing that you talked about, the blurg.
The blurg.
And so I was like, oh. And then you were like, oh, so there are more Yodas. And I was like, what are you looking up? But yeah, everyone knows about Baby Yoda. We all know that it's a thing. What's it mean? I don't know, but I'll get to it one day.
I would die for him. Anyway, back to your Simpsons.
It's the greatest show ever made on the history of the planet, man. It's so good. Everything about it, so good.
One of the only things that I've ever seen from The Simpsons is when Homer, like, sees an advertisement in the newspaper for a trampoline, and he, like, loses his shit. A trampoline! Trampoline! And, like, takes off running. Every time I see a trampoline, I do that, just, like, God. Automatically.
That's also the one that he gets the trampoline and then has to get rid of it, and he puts, like, for free on it, right?
Uh-huh.
And nobody will take it. And Bart's like,
Aww.
Dad, you're giving it away for free. He's like, watch this. So he puts a bicycle lock on it, and they turn away, so the camera, like, turns with them, right?
Yeah.
And then you hear, like, and then, like, the camera kind of goes back, and there's a guy trying to break the lock, and Bart's like, don't look at him. And this guy steals the trampoline.
That's absolutely the truth, though.
Yeah, because we were trying to get rid of some stuff from the house one time, and, like, nobody wanted it, right?
Yeah.
And so we put, like, see us for price or whatever, and they were immediately stolen. I was like,
why is humanity like that?
It's like The Simpsons wins again. I don't know. But Taylor was sitting with me while I was watching some, and she kind of just, like, looked at me, and I looked back at her, and I just started mouthing what was happening in the show without even watching it, because I knew what all was going to come up. And she was like, you're weird.
You are weird.
But she came in the other night, and I was like zoned out just watching The Simpsons, right?
Yeah.
So she came in, and I go, hey, I have to show you a scene. And she goes, oh, okay. And so I exited the show and went back 4 episodes, turned it on, and go, it was from this one. And she's like, how many have you been watching? I was like, this whole season.
Oh my god.
But it was, they had learned about hell in Sunday school.
Yeah.
And they're all like, what'd you learn about in Sunday school today? And Bart goes, hell. And they go, Bart! And he goes, what? I sure as hell can't tell you I learned about hell unless I say hell, can I? And they're like, well, I guess not. Hell, yes. And I still found that as funny today as when I was like 8 years old and saw it for the first time.
That's awesome.
I was just like, you're so awesome, Bart. But do you know what I've noticed?
What?
Homer was way less stupid and way nicer in, like, the early shows.
Really?
He is, like, he's such a good dad in the first shows. He's really dumb, kind of, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, he gets to the point of, like, trampoline and shit, you know? But, like, he really wasn't excessively dumb at the beginning of the show. And he was always looking for a way to, like, do something nice for the family instead of just doing some stupid thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of a different show.
I mean, after, 30 fucking years on the air, I would be shocked if it was exactly the same.
Yeah. I've only cried a couple times.
Oh.
There's only a few that have made me cry still.
What season is the Do It For Her?
I don't even know. But it's, like, a later one.
Your voice broke there. Were you about to cry?
That was, like, a half burp. It's like a half burp from my cold Thanksgiving lunch today.
Let's get some full burps. I'm gonna crack this seltzer.
Do it.
Ooh, the seltzer is holiday themed. It's cranberry.
Ooh.
Cranberry bubbly.
I look for the hibiscus one every time we go somewhere. Never see it. But I'm not going to Target, which is probably the problem.
That's probably the problem.
One that never lets me down, that makes me cry every time, is the first episode of Season 2. Bart is going to be held back a grade. So he prays for away out of school the next day so that he can study to try to pass. And it snows against all odds, and he gets the day off of school, and he spends it studying, goes to school the next day, and fails the test.
Oh.
And the way that he cries, and he's like, I actually tried. He's like, this is the best I can do. I'm literally just this dumb.
God, I have felt that.
And it hits me every time, and it makes me so sad, and I feel so bad for him. Oh man, it's so good. I cried when they were gonna give away Santa's Little Helper.
They were gonna give away their dog?
He's so bad though. Like, he's such a bad dog. And so yeah, they were gonna get rid of him, and they were like, we'll put him in boarding school, and if he passes, we'll keep him. But if he does bad, then we're gonna get rid of him, because he's just a hellion dog. Yeah. And he doesn't get anything the whole show.
Oh.
And so it's right there at the end, and Lisa's like, you have to get rid of him tomorrow. Just, like, enjoy the time you have with him and quit trying to, like, quit yelling at him, trying to get him to understand it now. It's not going to happen. Just enjoy him. So they play, like, the whole night, and then Bart's all crying, and then all of a sudden he gets everything. Of course, you know.
I can't watch shows about dogs just being good dogs. I just can't do it.
Well, yeah, because another Simpsons-related thing ruined that for all people on the planet.
For everyone on Earth.
Like, if you don't know what we're talking about, you've never watched Futurama.
You've never seen Jurassic Park.
And that's all we have to say about that.
The day that episode aired, my first dog died, and I was having the worst fucking day of my life, Robert. And I was like, maybe I'll just watch Futurama and that'll cheer me up. No, it didn't.
So, I didn't watch that show live. I watched it all on DVD after the fact.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have what it was on.
Did you get the luxury of skipping that episode?
Oh, no. Me and my brother, like, cranked out the 4 seasons of the show that existed at the time, like, in 2 days. And we both fucking died at that one. And I still will not watch it today.
No, I've seen it the once, and that is all I need. That's more than enough. I've
seen it a few times, because sometimes I'm like, I really want to watch that one. I miss that dog.
Just in the mood for a cry? Like
yeah.
What's the matter with you?
It's like, let me watch that one to see if it hits as hard, and it hits hard every time.
Every time. I have faith that it will hit me every time.
10 million%.
That leads into my next question, actually. So that is a TV show that I never want to see again.
Okay.
I saw on Twitter today, there was a Twitter moment where user Rose_Matafeo. She posed a question. Matafeo. She says, what is the best film you never want to see again, or at least for a very long time?
You gave me that today, and I thought of a bunch of movies that I have seen the one time that I know that I love. Because, like, I talk them up all the time.
Right.
And I believe, even on this podcast, I've talked about Schindler's List.
Uh-huh.
I've seen it the one time. And I actually want to watch it again. But the reason that I don't is because it's just long.
You know what? Funny story. Not funny story at all.
Okay.
The one time that I rented that movie to watch, I paused it in the middle because I heard a noise in the other room. And it was my second dog dying.
Dude!
So I can't watch that movie. God. I never finished it.
I've told you the end, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Did you ever see War Horse?
No.
Guess what? Funny enough, that's another Steven Spielberg movie.
Does the horse die in war?
No, it doesn't. It's a great movie. I fucking love it. And I think about watching it all the time, and then I look at it and go, you're 3 hours, bro. Like, you make me feel good, but there's a lot of downtime, you know? So I'm like, and then I just skip on it. I think one of the only ones that I could come up with, really, was actually the last Planet of the Apes movie.
Because it was sad?
It was so sad. It was so good, but they brought it to, like, such a close, you know? Yeah. I was like, I'm done. And I've never watched it again.
So it was just, like, perfection.
Yeah, like, it was done. I was complete. I've never had a movie that felt that complete to me, I think. It was really good. And so, like, even now, I'm talking about it, and I really don't want to put it back in. I'm like, no, I saw that. And that went to some places that I didn't need it to go to, you know?
Yeah.
But I love it. I think that's probably my answer for that one.
Yeah.
War of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
The newest one. It's not from the old ones. It's so good.
You know, I had a really good answer for this question when I messaged you earlier.
Uh-huh.
And now I've forgotten it. Shit, what was
But
it?
you can't remember?
No, I can't remember.
Oh my
God damn it. I know that Requiem for a Dream is up there, because, like, I saw that movie. And
I've never seen that one.
I mean, it's a good movie to watch once.
Yeah.
Only once.
You know, there's, like, a lot of those that it's like, that's good. But this is, like, what is the best film? Like, do you love that movie?
No.
Or is it just one that, like, yeah, I saw it?
It was like, yeah, I saw it because, you know, it was, like, the movie to see. And I saw it, and I was like, yeah, that's heavy.
I've seen a bunch of, like, I've seen it, right?
Uh-huh.
But what is the best film that's like, oh, I love it so much, but I just can't watch it, you know?
Fuck, man, I wish I could remember.
I mean, we even talked about this one, too. Mr. Brooks. And I talked it up so hard, right?
And you've only seen it the once?
I've seen it the one time.
I think that if you watch it again, it might, like, ruin it a little bit for you.
See, maybe. Like, it hit me in, like, a time that I wasn't expecting it, you know?
Right, it hit you at the time you needed it.
Yeah, so maybe now I'll be like, yeah, okay, that was alright. But see, like, if I like something, I really want to go back to it, no matter what.
Yeah.
You know?
Even if it's sad, yeah, I guess you just finished talking about how you've watched Jurassic Park
even
several
Jurassic
times.
Park, I've seen it, probably not on two hands countable, but I've seen it a fair number of times. And it's just because I'm like, you know, like you haven't seen something for a long time, so you're like, is it really as hard as I remember?
Yeah, like, is that movie as... Did it affect me in the way that I really thought it affected me?
Here is another one. This is one that I know that I'll watch again, but I don't want to watch it for a very long time. That's Click.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Fuck that. I love it. It's so good, but I don't want to go through that shit.
Yeah, that'll ruin
I don't want to do it. Yeah, Click is a good one. I don't want to watch that for a very long time, but I do want to watch it again when I am just quite on the edge of, like, how did that kind of go? You know? And then I'll probably want to watch it again.
You know what movie I probably would not watch again is Rogue One.
Really?
Yeah, so I loved it a lot in theaters, but, like, by the time we had left the movie theater and walked out to the car, I was still crying.
So, we saw it finally, and actually, I think it was when we were packing up the apartment to move to the bigger one, right?
Uh-huh.
I was like, I just need something on in the background, and I turned on Rogue One, because
That's not a background movie.
happened to have it, right? Yes, it was just on. Yeah, I wound up watching the whole thing again.
Yeah.
I was like, this movie is great.
It's so good. It makes you care about all the characters so deeply, and then they all fucking die.
Dude, the blind dude, that's my boy. That's my boy. Love him. How do you forget about him? He's the best person in the whole movie.
I know, I just, like, put it too far back in my memory because it was so sad.
He is straight up, I don't even really know if I have the Force, but I believe I have the Force, and that makes me have it. And I'm like, you damn right it does, man. It's so good.
I think the part that destroyed me the most in that movie was when L337 died.
Oh, the robot?
Because I'm, like,
yeah, dude.
I'm a droid champion. Like, I love droids. They're my favorite characters. Every time a droid is on screen, I'm like, yes, that's my little bot. I love that dude. And she was, like, all for robots' rights and shit. And I was like, yeah, you fight the power. And she just died so brutally. And it hurt my soul.
Star Wars just has a way with making robots that you care about.
I know. Even the battle droids are fucking cute. They have pigtails, for God's sake.
I know. But have you seen the one that's in the new Star Wars game that came out?
No, Richard started playing that game, but I don't know if he's...
Okay. I think his name is BT.
Okay.
Or something. But, dude, he's like a little, like, shoulder robot. Like, he's a little parrot, right?
Like Ghost in Destiny?
Kind of, but I mean, he's got legs and he's a bit bigger, right?
Okay.
But yeah, so it's kind of like, well, he's like always hanging on your back. And so in some of the transition scenes, like you're like crawling through like a crawl space.
Yeah.
He crawls off your back to crawl through a different way, and the camera follows him instead. And he's just so cute and little. I love him.
I just love robots.
Robots are the best, except when they become self-aware and try to kill me.
Yeah.
But even then, some of them can learn to love.
I love robots.
Robots are the best, man.
Well, you seen any movies lately?
I actually did see one that I don't want to spoil.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil this one because I'm going to get on a soapbox here, man.
Uh-oh.
Get on a soapbox.
Let's get the soapbox out. Get ready, everybody. Gather around.
And I know you're going to laugh at me.
Move in close. It's going to be a good one.
People, we got to go to the movie theaters and see movies, man. Like, we have to go see these movies.
Okay.
Have you heard about the scourge of, like, the wintertime drop?
What?
There have been all these movies coming out that are getting great reviews, and by the end of the first weekend already considered a flop because no one's going to the movies.
Really?
This movie that I just saw opened up to the tune of like $20 million at the number one spot.
Wow.
If you're making $20 million, you should be like at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
You know? So all these movies are coming out that people are like, these are great movies. And they're making zero money, so they're considered failures.
So many good movies are coming out right now, though.
I know.
Like, I've been to the movies, like, every weekend.
Oh, man. I wish I could. I just haven't so far. And see, I'm part of the problem.
Gotta get in there. You gotta go.
But I did see this one, and boy, am I glad I saw it. It was fucking awesome.
What was it?
I saw Dr. Sleep.
Oh, man! Oh, how was it? How was it?
Dude. It was good.
Good!
It was so good. Now, the only thing that I do want to say is, if you don't really like death very much, you know?
Uh-huh.
You might not want to see this one.
Okay.
Because, like... So, Dr. Sleep is considered a horror film, you know?
Yeah. Is it horror in the way that Shining was horror?
Very much like The Shining. There's
Okay.
no jump scares. It's all about just, like... That drawn out,
dread.
like... Yeah, there's just this constant threat behind everything, you know?
I love dread.
Yeah, this movie's just full of dread, right?
Perfect.
But when people die in this movie, they don't, like, do it, like, really gory, like, my blood everywhere, blah, right?
Okay.
But they don't do it off screen. It's like, this is this is how people die.
Yeah.
You know? And it's usually, like, quick breath. It's, like, real... I say visceral in the sense of, like, it's just real with it.
Okay.
You know? So, like, this isn't too spoilery, but the main character, Dr. Sleep, right?
Uh-huh.
Has his shining ability, and he basically helps people that are in this hospital pass on, because, you know, they're really scared, so he kind of uses his shining to ease their fears as they move on.
He's like a death doula.
Yeah. And the first guy that he does that with, like, the camera just, like, sits there as you watch this guy breathe his last breaths and just die. Like, he just dies. And I was like, ooh, that's kind of haunting, you know? Like, it's just that natural, everyday thing, and it's just like, there it is. Because a lot of people are weird about death, you know? Like, death is not something that's very easy to digest or really that common in society to even talk about, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's so many people that are literally afraid of death. Not like dying, they're afraid of death and the beyond.
And that kind of hit me on the first guy, too, because he was like, Doc, I'm scared. He's like, I don't know if it's just going to be black. Will it hurt? And, like, these are real fears, you know?
Yeah, everybody has those fears. Like, deep down inside, that's at the core of every human.
I really used to be scared of death. Like, when I was real little. And that is what I thought. I thought it would be, I'm conscious in blackness.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it would be.
That's what I always thought, too. I wonder if that's just, like, the easiest thing for a kid's mind to process, you know?
Maybe.
Like, closing your eyes.
But it was just so good. Being so visceral like that, you know? it kept you on the edge of your seat because you're like, oh my god, this movie's getting intense. Like, it's just intense, you know?
Okay.
But, so if you don't know what it is the sequel to The Shining. Like, this is essentially The Shining Part 2, right?
Yeah.
So my question was, does it follow the movie or does it follow the book? Because the movie and the book were two very different things.
And Stephen King didn't even like The Shining.
Yeah. He hates the movie because it is not his book in any way. So it follows the movie.
Okay.
I just wanted to know that. And my mom was like, it's probably from the book. And while it is the story of the new book, Dr. Sleep, it definitely takes place after the movie because the hotel is still there.
Okay.
Because in the book, it blows up. And it's gone.
Shit.
But they go back there, so it's clearly from the movie.
Is Dr. Sleep, like... Is he a character in The Shining? Because I don't remember him at all.
Okay. So Dr. Sleep is the kid from The Shining.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Like, that's Danny, right?
Yes. So the kid with The Shining from The Shining. Yeah, he grows up and essentially becomes just like his dad. Becomes alcoholic, kind of is mean, right?
Don't we all become our dads?
Yeah. He's like following in his footsteps pretty hard, and it's been like dulling his shining ability because he kind of like doesn't want it around. And so the whole like problem is, and that's why I sent you that emoji. The whole thing is there's a group of people that have been around even back in the old movie, right? You just didn't see them, that eat people's shining ability.
What?
Yeah, so they're essentially vampires in a way.
Interesting.
And so I was even telling Taylor, I was like, Stephen King really has like a thing with like pain and eating because it like scares his victims, it makes them taste better, and then he eats them, right?
That's just so bizarre. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, these people inflict pain on people, and it like makes the steam come out better, and then so they like feast on the steam.
He's into 4 is what we're hearing here.
I guess so. So at one point this group kidnaps a little boy that has a shining, right? And they literally just like stab and torture this kid for hours on end until he just finally dies as they slowly feast on the steam that comes out of him.
That's super weird.
And they really like hold on a lot of that stuff, which is why I think it's really visceral, you know?
Yeah.
But like that's what these people are doing. The reality is this kid's being murdered and these people like eating something, so it doesn't like shy away from it, but it's not making it really gory, you know? But it was really good. It goes some places, and I just really liked it. And you don't expect a lot of the things they do. I was like, can you do that about halfway through this movie? Like, can you do that? I feel like that would be an ending piece.
Yeah.
But then it just keeps going on with more movie. It's really good.
Right.
I loved it.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Please see Dr. Sleep. It has good reviews. It is not making money. Go see it.
Do you know what movie I did see this weekend?
What movie did you see this weekend?
I saw Ford versus Ferrari.
Dude.
Yeah, so have you seen previews for that one?
I want to see it so bad.
Okay, so maybe I shouldn't spoil it. Do you know...
I saw... I mean, I know it's based on a true story.
It is.
I mean, can you really spoil a true story?
That was what I was thinking coming into this. I was like, I want to tell the whole plot, but at the same time, like, I don't want to spoil the movie.
I mean, it's Ford versus Ferrari. I'm pretty sure Shelby builds a car that beats Ferrari at the end.
Well, okay, so I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Okay, so they showed that trailer in England when I saw Joker.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if these British people care about this American car maker.
Do they give
trying
a shit?
to trump stuff? Because I was all stoked, and it looked like everybody else did not care.
Yeah.
But yes, I want to see it really bad, because Christian Bale may not be the nicest guy to work with on movies, but fuck does he turn out some solid work.
Yeah, he is so good in this movie. It's like Bale unleashed. Like, he's just perfection. I loved every minute of his performance.
Yeah, he looks real skinny, like he lost a whole bunch of weight again.
Yeah, he looks really frail.
Ugh.
And he has this little accent and everything. He's full-blown Bale. It's the best. Yeah. Bales of Bale.
So, Shelby... Alright, so what's the deal? Like, he just goes, I want to build a car to beat them? Or did Ferrari turn him away?
Yeah, so Ford was going to, like... They wanted to get into racing, and they wanted to make an offer to Ferrari to, like, kind of merge their companies. So the manufacturing was going to be owned by Ford, and they would call that company Ford-Ferrari. Ford would own 90% of that, Ferrari would own 10%. And then the racing half of the company was going to be 90-10 and split of Ferrari, and it would be called Ferrari-Ford.
Okay.
That's a tongue twister.
So essentially the whole Marvel-Sony Spider-Man deal.
Yeah.
We want to fight over this, but who knows how it's going to be split.
Right. And then so Ferrari basically tells Ford, like, go fuck yourself. So they...
Go eat the grip. I don't even know if that's the right... Ricky Bobby?
Oh.
Say you like crepes.
Okay.
You know, those, like, really thin pancakes. That's just all I could think of, was them being like, go fuck yourself, eat grapes.
Go eat grapes. They're not French.
I know they're not.
Yeah, so that's the whole side of the movie. But it's a really good movie overall, even if you don't like cars. Like, I'm just recently getting into kind of NASCAR and all the Formula One stuff and all that. I think it's interesting, but this movie, I think
like cars too, and like, I love Gran Turismo. Like, I like car games, and I like building the pieces and doing all that shit.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I don't look at them in real life. I don't, like, see one in real life and be like, damn. I'm just like, all right. But I like it in this way,
What she got under that hood, is that a 7 Hemi? What are you working with?
What is that? Some metal? Does that make it
shiny?
move?
Yeah, so, I mean, I think if you don't like cars, you'll still enjoy this movie. It's fucking good.
Well, because
when you see it, we can talk about
the underdog trying to prove his worth.
Yes.
Because they're like, there's no fucking way. Like, the trailer captured me as soon as he meets with Christian Bale, and he's like, you told Ford that you're going to build a car to outrun Ferrari. And how long did you ask for? And he's like, 90 days. And I was like, I want to see this. Just from that alone.
That's the hook.
But does he do it?
It's good. Well, once you see the movie, we can talk about the finer points of the plot line, because I don't want to spoil shit for you. I'm not going to tell you.
Fine. I'll see it.
Go see it.
I'll probably see it Sunday then.
Sunday.
I mean, that is the Lord's day for cars.
And on the 7th day, Lord made Ferraris.
Yeah, see, they think that he rested, but really he was like, let there be cars.
Let there be diesel. Ford versus Ferrari. We got Lord versus Ferrari up in here.
Let there be vroom vroom.
Oh my god.
Because I don't know who else would go see that with me, so that'll probably be one I go see on my own with my with one of my free tickets for the month.
You know what's a movie that no one's going to see with me?
What?
Cats. Will you see Cats with me? Please.
You sound so pitiful.
Nobody wants to see it.
I mean, I'm going to see it. Do
Good.
I want to? Not really.
I want to see it so bad.
But
look, I grew up loving the musical. Like, we had a DVD of it. I watched it every weekend. And I'm obsessed with Cats. It's so good.
Did you know that the only thing I know about Cats is from School of Rock, and I didn't even know that it was from Cats?
What do you even know?
In School of Rock, he was like, we need a lead singer, and the little girl's like, I can do it, and he's like, go ahead and sing something, and she goes, memory, all alone in the moonlight, and he's like, alright, you're done. And I was like, I wonder what that song is, and one day I looked it up and was like, fucking Cats?
It's such a good song.
What? And I've watched some of the Broadway performances of it, and I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty good song, but that plot sure is weird.
It's a yeah.
But
it's a weird plot.
Yes, Taylor and I would love to see Cats with you.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yay. Thank you.
But I have to ask you something else.
Okay.
And I'm doing it on the air so that it can make you feel more guilty about saying no.
Oh, God.
I was asked by a fan if you would see a movie with them.
Is it The Grudge?
Jose would like to know if you would see The Grudge with him.
I don't think I physically can. I don't know
He
if I
has personally requested that we do this. And I
know.
told Ferdin that I would try, and he goes, "Make this happen."
Oh my God. I'm gonna need to re-up my prescription for anxiety medication if we...
Okay. What if we go see it mama style?
I cannot do that.
With a bag full of Jell-O shots.
I am beyond that phase in my life.
So, listeners, when we saw the movie Mama,
God,
we had however many Jell-O shots previous, and then went into the theater with the rest of them.
Like a tote bag full of 50 Jell-O shots.
So it was just like...
So fucking many.
Mama. Eating them. It was... I remember loving that movie.
I barely remember that movie.
And then I took my cousin to see it sober after, and I was like, this movie was way more fun last week. So
yeah, that's the key to enjoying a horror movie. Just get 9 Jell-O shots in you.
Please think
I'll
about
think about it. When does it come out? January?
Yes.
Okay, I've got time to think.
So, if you can, this is a thing that would like to be having had happened. That's a sentence I just said. Yep.
You are tired.
This is a thing now.
God.
But, yes, we would love to see Cats. Because I've never seen it, like even the old musical or anything like that, you know? Yeah. I've only read the Wikipedia plot. And I am just so curious to watch why they thought making them look like this was a good idea.
I know. Man, I can't wait to find out who your favorite cat is.
It's going to be Rum Tum Tugger.
Oh,
you know why?
One song, and
his name is Rum Tum Tugger.
Yeah, it is a good cat name.
That's all I know about that whole thing.
You know, I don't know if they're including my favorite cat in this, because I haven't seen him in any of the previews, but it's the magical Mr. Mistopheles, and he's fantastic.
Actually, I
haven't
seen anything saying that he's not in it, because...
I'm gonna look up who plays him. Cats Cast 2019.
Rum Tum Tugger is, that's the bad guy one, right?
Jason Derulo. Yeah, he is the... No, he's not the bad guy.
Which one's the bad
is just
one?
basically the hoe. McCavity is the bad guy. That's Idris Elba.
Yeah, okay. So I had my bad guys mixed up there.
So Mr. Mistopheles is played by a man named Laurie Davidson.
Okay.
He is best known for playing a fictionalized version of a young William Shakespeare in the TNT television series Will.
Quite. Bully.
So I don't know this guy, but if he's playing my favorite cat, I'm gonna go see him. I'm so excited. I'm so ready for this.
Are there any other movies upcoming besides Cats that you are excited for? Are there?
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many. Okay, so Knives Out is coming out very soon.
It's this weekend.
Well, it's coming out on 11/27. It's theater-wide release.
The official date. Okay.
Yes. But in theaters near where you and I live, they're having early showings. So there's one on Saturday that I got into.
Is it just hey Dallas, you're getting to see Knives Out?
I guess. I don't know. I just logged on to, Studio Movie Girl, and I was gonna buy my tickets super early. And then I saw that they have showings this weekend, and I was like, hell yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna go see that shit.
Yeah, I gotta see that. It's getting great reviews.
It's got fucking everybody. Chris Evans is in this movie. Daniel Craig, Lakeith Stanfield, Toni Collette, Jamie Lee Curtis,
All I'm gonna say is, it came out at Fantastic Fest.
Yeah.
It's good, man.
How can you go wrong?
Exactly.
I think Ewan McGregor's in it too, isn't he? Like, everybody. Fucking everybody's
Just
in this
everybody.
movie.
I mean, we are in this movie. No.
Yeah, in the background. Just look very closely.
Like, yeah, I just got to see it. It looks so good.
It looks amazing. Oh, I saw a preview while I was in Ford v Ferrari. I saw a preview for this new movie that's coming out. It's called Underwater. Have you heard of it?
No.
Oh my god. This preview literally had me like glued to the back of my seat. I was just like, ugh.
Okay.
So it's about like a crew of 5 that go down on a submarine, and they look like they're deep ass down there in the Mariana Trench or something. They're like far down.
Okay.
And you know how I feel about deep, dark waters and the things that reside inside of them.
I'm like already freaked out by this trailer, and I'm listening to it, so yeah.
It's so spooky. So like, it shows, the trailer shows Kristen Stewart, who has like totally shaved her head and looks gorgeous as fuck.
Okay.
Like, just total buzz. She's, ooh.
Pulling off that G.I. Jane.
She's pulling it off.
Okay.
So she's like brushing her teeth down in the like crew quarters or whatever, and the whole submarine like starts to shake a little bit.
Okay. And
she like sets her toothbrush down and like walks over, and then like water starts to drip out of the ceiling.
No.
And then just like whoosh, there's water going everywhere, and the crew is like freaking out, and they're all sprinting trying to get to like the safe haven or whatever, and they get in there, and they see like tentacles around the ship.
Okay.
Like big fucking tentacles coming out of the dark, wrapping around the ship and stuff. And
so this is like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
That's what it seems like. And at one point they have to like, yeah.
Okay.
So at one point they have to leave the submarine because it's no longer like viable or something. So they're like literally walking on the floor of the ocean, just like
that
big ass water spacesuit things, and they're like walking around with their flashlights and shit. And then they, like, see the tentacles coming out, like, just kind of darting around them, you know? They see shadows at the corners of their eyes.
Yeah, I wish you could see my face.
It got me so good. And then Kristen Stewart's like, turn off your lights. And they, like, turn off their flashlights, and they're just walking around in the fucking dark on the bottom of the ocean floor, and there's a big squid, and I can't deal. I want to see it so bad. I have no idea how it shakes out.
Alright, I will watch this trailer, but no headphones. I don't want to be surrounded by water like that.
No, yeah.
That is a on the TV dry land.
It combines 3 of my like most deepest fears, like being
shaved
in the
heads.
dark.
No, okay.
No, just like complete pitch black underwater with a giant squid. I hate the concept of giant anything under the water.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Did you ever see The Meg?
No, I didn't. I wanted to.
I think you'd like it, because, like, it starts off like, oh my god, this is so scary, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like they realize halfway through, this is kind of a dumb idea. And then it's literally campy the whole rest of the movie.
That's awesome.
Like, it got ridiculously funny. And I was like, alright, they know this is a wild idea. But, yeah, that one freaked me out, too, of course, because sharks as well.
Right.
But,
there's so
yeah.
many good movies coming out, man. There's just, like, there's a ton.
The only movie left for me on my radar is the last Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. That's coming soon. That's
like
December
next month.
20th?
Yeah, that's, like, around the corner.
Yeah. That's very soon. I'm nervous.
We will see. I mean, it's the end of the Skywalkers.
The
So,
end of...
yeah, man. I'm not looking...
Yoshi story.
I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not looking forward to it. Because,
Yeah.
like, how much bad shit's gonna happen?
I know. Like,
You know?
I want it to have a happy ending.
Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and take our bets now. Is Rey really a Skywalker? Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Totally yes.
Absolutely not.
100,000% yes.
She's just, like, orphaned on a desert planet.
Yeah, we think that, but
We know that.
Yeah, we think that that's
Who
it, though.
orphaned her? You think Luke just, like, cast her out into the fucking desert?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
This is how I grew up. Good luck. And just
But
tosses her out there.
They're definitely going to go into it because people spotted it from the first trailer for the new one that the ship that leaves her behind in her, like, memories of it in The Force Awakens
Uh-huh.
is prominently shown flying somewhere in these trailers. So, like, we're seeing who's on that ship and who did this.
See, they teased that for the last one, though, when, like, she's in that, like, hall of mirrors or whatever, and she's like, who am I? And she's about to see her parents' faces or whatever, and it's just, like, her.
Yeah. You're you.
So, I don't think we're going to find out anything new about Rey's parentage. I think it's just going to be, you know what, little orphan baby, you done made your way. I think it's called Rise of Skywalker because she's, like, the Padawan, and maybe she'll take up the mantle of Skywalker because she doesn't have a last name. She's just like Rey Sandwalker as far as we know. So I think that's going to be her rise to Jedi-dom.
So it's the end of the Skywalkers because now it's the Sandwalkers.
Yeah, now we're moving on to the Sandwalker franchise. Okay. Skywalker's done. That's very 2018.
Okay. Like, that's the last one that I'm aware of that I'm, like, waiting for. Because Terminator came out, Dr. Sleep came out.
Yeah, there's a bunch of, like, little movies that I might want to see, but... Oh, and Charlie's Angels, I want to see that, just for Kristen Stewart. I'm, like, a little bit obsessed with her right now.
Okay, I've always liked her.
She's just so... She's so lovely.
I have always thought she was cool, and I mean... Yeah, maybe she doesn't do the best in Twilight, but I feel like she acted what that character was pretty good. Because that was the character, this mopey, like, whatever thing, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I feel like she did fine with it. Like, how can you get mad at somebody for, they go, this is how this person is, and they go, got it, and then they nail it.
Yes.
You know?
So Kristen Stewart has received a lot of flack in her career for things that she actually did pretty darn well.
Yeah. Have you ever seen, oh man, hang on. Let me look it up, because if you haven't seen it, you would love it. And she's in it. And it has Jesse Eisenberg in it, too.
Yeah, the Carnival place?
No.
Carnival Town.
No, that's dumb.
Vacation
I never saw that.
What the hell's the name of the movie?
It's called, like... I almost said Carnival Town.
It is Carnival Town. I don't know. It's,
I know the movie you're talking about.
Circus
Adventureland.
Adventureland, that's it.
Okay, no, not that one.
Okay.
Have you seen American Ultra?
That name sounds familiar.
Okay, so Jesse Eisenberg, the guy from Zombieland.
Yeah.
Right? He's like this normal dude. He's got his girlfriend, Kristen Stewart, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these people come into his like gas station where he works the night shift. They pull a gun on him, and he like wrecks these people.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, how did I do that? Like, I'm just a nobody. And it turns out he's a sleeper agent.
Hell yeah.
And he's been activated, and now he like goes on this crazy wild spree, right?
Yeah.
And Kristen Stewart is not even the main character. She's barely in it. And the part she's in it, she's amazing. And I was sitting there like, she's so good in movies. I was like, well, why do we hate her? She's great. And she's just so good in it. American Ultra.
American Ultra.
It was great.
I feel like I saw it back in the day, but I don't remember it well enough. I'm going to have to watch it again.
And actually, here's one, because I'm sitting on her list right now. I want to watch The Runaways, where she's Joan Jett.
Oh, man. I think I saw that.
I've always heard it was so good, and that she was so good.
Yeah, I remember when that came out.
Yeah.
I was very excited about it. But now I don't remember if I actually saw it. Damn. I may have just watched the preview enough to trick myself into thinking I watched it.
You're like,
I love Kristen Stewart.
You're like, I've heard the music. It's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first movie I ever saw her in was The Messengers, and it was a scary movie. And I was like, I don't know who you are, but you're really good. And I've liked her since then.
Wasn't she the little baby girl in Panic Room?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the first movie I saw her in, and she's so cute in that movie. Oh my goodness. Little baby, so squeeze her cheeks.
I would probably watch Charlie's Angels, but I don't think I need to rush out to the theater for it.
I really want to see it. I'm worried that it's going to do poorly because it's all women. It's directed by a woman. It's a very female movie.
Well, I mean, I think the last ones did good.
Yeah,
but
it's a different climate today.
I was going to say, to speak to that, it's not exactly making women look great, you know? Because it was really about the, like, sexual side of it.
Was it?
Like, it was all about, like, Charlie's Angels are hot. That was...
Oh, the old movies.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yes.
This one's more like, these women are just badass.
Yeah, they're going to fucking kick you apart. Kick you to pieces.
And directed by Elizabeth Banks. All right,
I know.
I would have to see it because
Yeah.
anything Elizabeth Banks touches is perfection
Turns to
for
gold.
me. Yeah, I would do anything for her. She's amazing. I love
So that's on the list.
her. And yep, it's a total flop.
What?
Yeah, so it apparently cost around 60 to 75 million and it has earned 31. So
That makes me
here's
so
another
sad.
one falling to the like movie slump where no one's going.
Guys, go to the movies.
Oh, that's why I thought you'd get mad at me. I actually gave a speech in college on going to the movies.
About how good it is?
Yeah, so it was when... So we had talked about how Netflix used to be like DVDs, you know? And you would like rent them. But then, as it became more the streaming thing, people were like, why would I watch it in the theater? I can just wait for it to hit Netflix.
Right.
Right? And I gave a speech in college at the time. I was like, here's the reasons why you should not wait for Netflix and you should go see a movie now. And I gave this whole thing.
I think
and
that's
I
the thing
bet
that more people should
were
do.
like, you are such a little dumb kid. But I stand by that speech. I believe in it 10,000%.
Yeah, it's important because like the box office is how they tell whether a movie is good or not. Like that's still like the metric that people go by, you know, when they're writing the newspaper articles about it, saying like this is a flop, then people aren't going to go see it. That sucks.
So,
I'm sad that Charlie's Angels is getting that treatment.
One of my big ones was a movie's a spectacle. You can't have the spectacle at home.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, it's built for that 40-foot screen. You know,
exactly.
It's built for that community that we so love to like sit in a room with a bunch of people and have like good people
Exactly.
and get to react to all that. That is the movie going experience, not just sitting at home and going like, yep, I seen it.
Right. My experience watching John Wick 3 in the theaters was so much more than watching John Wick's 1 and 2 at home.
Yeah. I will... When you have that experience, that's the stuff that you remember.
Yes.
It's not even so much the movie. So when Star Wars ended the last time with the prequel ones, we went to the last one, and that was a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I remember the most?
What?
I remember these two people, and I think I've talked about it on the show before, but there's a scene where R2-D2 sets some people on fire, and the crowd exploded into applause. We'll never forget it. And then Yoda just like flicks his wrist and just knocks out two guys on the wall, and the crowd exploded into like, oh my god, yes! Never forget it. It was the best. But
Gotta go to the movies.
Gotta go to the movies. It is... I love going to the movies. I love to sit in there, it go dark, and you just like settle in and enjoy something.
I think it's like, obviously, you're gonna go more during the summertime because it's nice and dark and cold in there.
Oh, yeah.
And humans are cave dwellers. Naturally.
Yeah.
But I think it's important in the winter, too. Like, go see some movies.
I feel like it's the big blockbuster ones that come out in the summer, and then it's more the like... They try to do like the feel-good ones towards the end of the year, you know? Like, come out with your family. Do
the
all
Christmassy
this stuff.
movies.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see that Christmas movie with the Mother of Dragons. Have you seen that?
Oh.
Last Christmas.
I've heard about it.
Yeah. Have you heard all the theories that it's like going to have a twist ending?
No.
So the previews show her, it's called Last Christmas, and throughout the movie, or throughout the trailer, the song Last Christmas by George Michael is playing, but Emilia Clarke sung it for this.
Okay.
And the line is, Last Christmas I gave you my heart.
Yeah.
And so in the trailer you see Emilia Clarke is like, she's gotten really sick in the last year or so, and she had to like go in for some kind of emergency surgery or something. So you like see her rushing into the hospital and all that. And then there's like, but then you came into my life and you turned my life around, and there's like this love interest, and they're all skating happy and very cute, and he just seems to kind of appear out of nowhere a lot.
So this movie's gonna go all 7 pounds.
It seems like he might be the ghost of her heart donor or something.
Oh my god.
That's the theory.
And then she's gonna fall in love with him?
That's what it looks like.
I love you with your own heart.
Yeah, or maybe like his wife died and she took his heart or her heart. I don't know. There's a twist in there. I just want to see it. I want to.
I'll watch the trailer and see.
Yeah,
but I kind of have like a thing with the mother of dragons,
like a love deep in your heart.
No,
calling.
I really don't like her.
What?
She's
so beautiful.
Kind of hate her.
Why?
Because she hates Terminator.
Oh, okay. Well,
and I was like, well, you know what? I don't like you.
I suppose.
And I have had a grudge against her since.
All right.
You're like, oh, damn.
Guess we can't come back from that one.
Well, you know what? I will give you something to come back from that one.
What?
I have an email that I need to read you.
Okay, yeah, a listener mail.
So, we got a listener mail from Haley. It's been a while.
It has been.
This is not even in relation to any of the shows. Like, it's not like she heard, a story and was like, here's what I think about that, right?
Well, it's titled, like, Soulmate or something, right? Didn't we ask for soulmate stories?
Well, oh, yeah, I guess we did.
Yeah, that lady who met her soulmate on a plane.
Yeah, so she decided to write one down, and she had me read it, and I feel like I must read it to you.
Okay, I haven't heard this yet, so I'm so excited. Haley found love, you guys.
So, this is called, Here's the Story of How I Met My Soulmate. Okay? It was a day like any other. I was sitting at my desk, typing away. It's Monday, and most don't know, but my life is falling to pieces.
Oh.
Type, type, type. Clack, clack, clack went the keys. I move my cursor in impatient circles, waiting for the load screen on my time clock to finish. Finally, it opens, and I'm able to start my shift. Cool. I see a figure appear in the corner of my eye. Come on, he says. We need to go to the Wi-Fi. I get up, grudgingly, because I should probably start sorting through the hundreds of emails that have accumulated on my inbox over the weekend. But they'll be there when I get back, and these trips to get Wi-Fi tend to be the only times I leave my desk once I get the day started. We're going to the cafe in our building. It's more like a small cafeteria, but it supplies more than semi-savory treats. It's where people like us who don't get phone service obtain that sweet free Wi-Fi. He takes my phone from my hands and demands I unlock the screen so he can sort and navigate through my stupid iPhone to get to the podcast.
Okay, I assume this is you.
Yes. There he downloads episode 1 of a new little podcast called You Must, or Might, like they might be giants, or must be. I always forget what's right. But you must be thinking of another podcast. He downloads it, and then instructs me to subscribe and listen. I feign annoyance, but we both know if I don't listen to this, it's going to be true crime or murder podcasts, which it turns out aren't so great to binge for my mental health.
Yep.
I get back to my desk, and I shoo him away so I can listen without feeling weird. And then I hear her, my soulmate, Kelsey. She's a Capricorn. She's an artist. She appreciates the kitsch world of cat art. I had to ask her what that word meant. And she has managed to make me cackle laugh out loud at my desk on multiple occasions. It started with a Twitter follow back and some Instagram likes, then moved on to Twitter messages about the current mess that is my life, and now I send her text messages about my dilemma with my sim character. I know she's got her soulmate in her husband, and I write this in jest with a lighthearted spirit, but I want you to know that I am actually very happy Robert forced me to listen to your podcast.
I'm gonna cry. I love Haley so much.
I knew that I had to, go into full, dramatic reading mode.
That was so dramatic. That was really well written. And I feel hot tears behind my eyes I'm trying not to let out right now.
She wrote you a love letter, man.
I love Haley so much. This is magical.
She
power of the internet
has no interest in me anymore since you came into the world. She keeps me around to talk to you, but now that you guys talk, there's just less room for me around.
Yeah, get out of the picture. She's my new co-host.
I know. I'll like walk in and she's like, "Do you want a Wi-Fi?" And I'm like, no. I mean, yeah. She's like, "Well, I'm talking to Kelsey, so I don't really need to." It's like, okay, well, fine. Forget it then.
Man, if there's one thing that I have learned as I'm nearing 30, it is that friendships are some of the most important relationships. Like, you build your family, of course, and you have your spouse or your significant other or whatever, but like friendships, you can't ignore them. Like, they will decay. You've got to keep effort, and you have to put love into it, you know? Like, friends are so hard to find as you get older, and to find somebody like Haley through a medium like podcasting is something a little bit ridiculous, and that doesn't happen to everybody. So I'm like truly touched. And
yeah, no, I'm just like rolling my eyes over here, like finding some online friends. Whatever.
Feel hashtag blessed is all. Thank you so much for that email, Haley. I love you so much.
Oh my god, she loves talking to you all the time.
That's good.
It's like the best part of her day.
I'm so happy.
So, on that touching note, do you want to venture out into the world and find your soulmate?
Yeah, let's walk on over.
Through podcasts, go into the next room, whatever else.
Let's go grab some Wi-Fi. All right, guys. You know the drill. Tell your friends about us. Help us go, help us grow.
See? Look at that. I told somebody, and soulmates were formed.
You know what? I met a new friend.
Okay.
I made a friend in line. So I was getting a jersey for the Dallas Stars because they just released this new Winter Classic jersey for the game happening on January 1st. And they're like super rare jerseys, so you line up to get them. And I was like, I'm going to get there like just before the store opens so I don't have to wait outside for very long.
Yeah.
And it turns out the line was like 2 hours long. So I got to talk to this gentleman in line. He was behind me. His name was Michael. I really hope you're listening to this, Michael, because you told me you would. So I talked to him about the podcast and told him, you know, what we do here.
Yeah.
And it was a good time. It made the day go by a lot faster. Like, standing in line, just like clicking around on your phone, you know, you can only do so much, but having somebody there to like talk to and hang out with, make a little friend.
Yeah.
It was a fun time.
See, I'm always at work. I never really have those people to talk to, and sometimes I think about telling someone at work, and then I'm like, do I need you to know me this well?
I know, it's hard to tell people you work with, because like I would love to have like 10 more listeners, you know, if I told my team what the name of this podcast is, but at the same time I'm like, please don't listen to me talk about the inside of my colon.
Oh my god. Like,
anyway,
like I have My Little Ponies on my desk, but I don't think people ever look at my desk. So if they were to hear it here and then come and go, you weren't lying, you really do. What a weirdo, you know?
It's hard to spread the word, so that's why we rely on you guys to help us. Don't forget to subscribe to us on your favorite platforms so you never ever miss a single episode. We're releasing weekly every darn Monday. Every single one. Through the holiday season, you're going to find us here.
Yeah, hey, don't think we're just going to take some time off and leave you high and dry.
We don't take time off.
It's not happening, man.
If you got a second, you can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. That really helps us. Whenever people search for stuff in Google, like iTunes ratings, Apple Podcast ratings, those come up.
Yeah,
so you gotta rate us. You gotta give us 5 stars if you love us.
And while you're out there giving us a good review, why don't you go check out some of our social media? You can find us and friend us at YMBTOAP on pretty much everything. We're trying to get everywhere, so that no matter where you go, get a little Yimtope in your life.
Everywhere you look, blah 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 blah.
Don't forget that we have our Facebook page. We've got the YouTube going. It's going strong. We're getting that figured out all nice and good. And we even have a Twitch now, officially.
What?
Because when I made it the first time, I didn't complete it.
You forgot to click the Make Twitch button.
Exactly. So, we have a Twitch. We are really trying to figure out what we can do with it. We're thinking about maybe some, like, live, like, roundtable session kind of stuff. Like, just getting to talk to people. Who
maybe
knows?
Some react-alongs.
We've actually gotten some requests to watch trailers and react to them.
Yes.
Apparently people like that. So, you know what? If you like when we react to stuff, send us some stuff that you want us to react to. Whatever it is.
Hell
be
yeah.
it trailers, be it the funny videos, whatever you got. If you want to hear two people go, what the fuck was that? Send it to us.
Please.
You can email us at ymbtoap@gmail.com. Send us any listener mail you want. We have gotten this lovely one just talking about how awesome Kelsey is, because she's
Send me a love letter.
this internet messiah.
Try to top Haley. I bet you can't.
Make me cry. Give us some more deep dives. Like, I really want another good deep dive.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, hey, here's something, go. I would love to do another deep dive. Those are really fun. It can be happy, sad, weird. Doesn't matter to us.
Anything you want, guys. All right. So also our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn by Faraj. Check him out on YouTube. Maybe go comment on it and be like, hey, Yumtop sent me here. As always, thanks for listening, and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. Who loves me more than Haley?
But we had one more important sound we wanted you to hear.
I wrote the thing, so you do the thing.
He wrote the thing, I read the thing.
That's right.
Openers, curtain lights. This is it, the night of nights. Okay. Oh, motherfucker. All right. I'm good.
Whoa.
That was just like a creak hiding inside me. A little bit of a haunted house.
It was terrifying.